We love you so much, and we are thrilled and excited and amazed that you are on this journey with us. In this episode, we're going to cover and go into detail about why we want our ceiling to become your floor, and specifically how you can do that by becoming a multimillionaire quickly. We're giving you our tips and 3 specific tactical takeaways in this episode. Stay tuned. My beautiful people from all over the world, friends and family, followers, listeners, we're so thrilled, honored, privileged to have you in this episode because we're talking about how to become a multimillionaire very quickly. Now they're listening.
We're also talking about how Jerremy cannot hide his country accent when he says France.
Hi, friends.
France.
This is going to be a wide episode.
Georgia. This episode's sponsored by the South.
Right? Totally agree. Either way, though.
Either way.
Either way.
No matter where you live.
No matter where you live,
North,
and the accent
South,
that you have.
East, West.
Jeff Foxworthy.
You can become
Multimillionaire.
a multimillionaire.
Boom.
Force for good, changing the world with your money,
That's
time,
right.
energy, resources.
Yes.
Work and influence.
Yes.
Let's get into it.
What's the fastest way to do it?
There's a really fast way to do it
Okay.
that I'm familiar with.
Okay.
First one, go make some money.
Yep. Check 1. Step 1.
Normally,
Make
people do
some
that
money.
through a job. Ideal. Don't be an idiot with that money.
Make money.
Save it, and while you're saving pieces of that money, as much as you can, get a financial education.
Okay.
Start learning what the freak to do with that.
Learn some stuff.
One great place to learn would be reallifetrading.com or GeForce Mastermind.
Ooh, either one of those.
We're giving it away
Very good places.
for free.
Yeah.
What to do with your money
Yeah.
so you can grow it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as you're learning, you then decide how you want to grow that money by investing in. Pick which investment strategy is right for you based on that learning.
Yep.
And then as that money is growing, do you just go spend it all?
No.
No. What should we do with it?
Reinvest.
Reinvest.
Back into the financial education part, back into your job part to make that more efficient, therefore making more money, and then back into your investments most likely. Houses, real estate, buildings,
Triple prizes.
or stocks.
Yes.
Yes.
So your money's making money for you. You're making more at your job.
Yep.
And you are growing your brain. Therefore, that chunk of money becomes bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yes.
What else do they have to do?
Well, at that particular stage, you have to start reaching out, like the things we've talked about. Start increasing your circle, increase your network, because your network equals your net worth. So you have to build those things. Be around people that you want to be around people that you can pour into, be around people that pull you. So start changing your circle of influence. That's going to be a very, very quick way to do it. And as again, that reinvestment piece, not only are you reinvesting, like I said, back into your assets, but the reinvestments back into your brain that you mentioned is a huge one. Because if you're at your job and you become more efficient at your job, you become more efficient with your time, you start optimizing yourself. And if you optimize yourself at work, you start getting rid of the things, the monotony, the tiresome things you don't like doing, and start really doing amazing work at the things you are really great at. You make more money at work. You make more money at work. You can put more money into your investments.
Right. I have a lot of people reach out to me on wanting to go from working their $20 an hour job to buying apartment complexes. And is that possible? Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But guess what apartments require? Depending on how many you buy at a time, anything over 100 units, let's just use that as an example, it's going to take a lot of cash down. It's going to take a great net worth to back that loan, if you even qualify for a loan, which you don't yet. It's going to take a lot of knowledge, and guess what happens if there's a blip? It's going to suck a lot of cash out of you.
Yeah.
So the mistakes are great. The down payment is great. The network has to be great. So it's not normally a great place to start.
Right.
And if you do start there by finding the right partners, you're going to make nothing. So I typically say to start with stocks. Grow the crap out of your cash because it can happen faster in stocks typically than real estate. And it takes a little less energy, a lot less hauling, a lot less, to me,
Yeah.
You know, you don't have the crazy contractor that rips
Yes.
you off. Like,
Yeah.
I just think it's easier. So
Yeah.
grow the crap out of your money with stocks,
Yeah.
and then you can buy assets. Once
Yes.
you have a large enough chunk saved up, you're going to make less percentage return because you can make crazy percent returns
Correct.
in stocks, but it is quote unquote more stabilized
Yes.
if you can buy good assets.
I
Now,
agree with that.
if you're stuck on real estate, you're like, I'm not a stocks person, then typically you start out with bird dogging, which is finding deals for other investors.
Yeah. And procuring those deals for them,
Yeah.
giving them to them, showing them why it's a good deal, AKA wholesaling.
Oh, yeah. Well, start with bird dogging so that you learn what you would have bought that's actually not a good deal.
Sure.
Because everything they say no to, there's a reason. You can ask them. So you learn on them saying no to your deals. And then once you're actually good at it, then you can become a wholesaler.
Yeah.
Because you're not
Okay.
wasting people's time by just throwing a bunch of stuff in their face that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So wholesaler means you contract a property for, let's say, $80,000, but it's still a good deal for Jerremy at $90,000.
Yeah.
I can sell him that contract for 10 grand.
Boom. And I buy it for 90. I make some renovations, put in some capital, some time, some energy, contractors, AKA flip it, AKA HGTV style, guaranteed to make money. No way you can lose. That's
Yeah.
a joke.
Or joking.
Joke. All right. So you put in $20,000 into a $9,000 property. I'm all in for 110. And then I sell it for what, 140, 145, something like that?
160 with realtor fees.
Okay. Yeah. So beautiful.
Yeah.
That's absolutely what
Still a good deal for him.
Yep.
Still makes sense. I
Yep.
made some money. I didn't make all the money,
Yep.
but I made
10,000.
I made enough.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have to buy the house. So that's wholesaling. And then once you get good at that, I watched Jerremy. How did he do it? How long did it take that house to sell? What made it sit on the market? What did he do smart with his design? What did he do dumb? And by observing how he flipped this house intelligently over time, again, I've saved myself a world of what I thought was a pretty tile, but nobody else does.
Yeah.
And my style does not mean it's the market style.
Right.
So I'm observing Jerremy, I'm around him, I'm learning. Now I can get into doing my own flip. Again, I've been building my network, I've been learning. And once you start flipping houses, you can save those chunks and you can either jump into the wealth building side, because right now we're talking about cash building side.
Yes. Yes.
You can go into the wealth building side and have a large enough chunk to buy an apartment complex or a multifamily unit of some sort. You can buy an Airbnb, or you can get into new construction. Now, why do I say get into new construction? I was the rehabber queen. I was one of the biggest in Nashville. Like, I know how to rehab. I'm sitting in a rehab of mine right now.
Yeah.
A renovation, not a real rehab. A huge one. Right now, I'm in a 30,000 square foot renovation that I did. It's an important skill.
Baller.
It is baller. But I've used those skills. Why go from rehab to new construction? Because it's 1,000 times easier. Oh my gosh. It is so much better to have building plans than to have to point at things. So many things go wrong way less.
Yeah.
It's way better, but it does take more money to do that. So it takes more money to wholesale than to bird dog.
Yep.
It takes more money to rehab than to wholesale. It takes more money to do new construction than to rehab.
Love it.
And as you're learning, you're building your network, you're building your credit, you're building your bankability, and you're just optimizing all those different pieces as you're starting to grow. So not everybody's called to be a rehabber. Not everybody's called to be a wholesaler. But that is the fastest path to really making it in real estate, because when you're starting out, you're going to start hearing about short sales, tax sales,
Tax liens.
notes, Airbnb, rentals,
learn so
all the
much.
stuff. Oh, there's so many different ways
Massive.
to get into real estate.
Yep.
I'm sure it's the same with stocks.
Yeah.
That if you don't pick one path, you'll never make money. You cannot shotgun approach
No.
your real estate education. It's just like being a doctor. I want to be a doctor that's a
I want to be a doctor. Okay.
brain surgeon,
Just a doctor, please.
skin doctor,
Just a doctor.
heart mechanic. There's a billion ways to be a doctor. If you try to be all of them at once, how far do you think you're going to get?
Not far.
Do you think you're going to be good at being a doctor?
I would imagine not.
No,
Yeah,
there's
you
too much to learn.
You
So
have to pick something specific.
pick a path.
Because if you do like a
Then
general,
branch off.
yeah, like if you do a general practice doctor, then you're not going to spend all of your time on specific methodologies. Like my niece wants to be a cancer surgeon.
That's cool.
Yeah, super cool. That's like her direct specialty. That's what she wants. I think that's amazing. But yeah, you have to pick. And trust me, you're going to initially have no idea what path to pick. You're not going to know.
Everybody's trying to sell you their courses.
Yeah, and you're going to go, oh man, I don't know which one to choose. Like, just pick one, because there's all kinds of methodologies. For me, if I were in someone else's shoes out there as a listener, I would probably email either Britnie or myself and schedule some type of really
Don't email me.
specific phone call, coaching session.
I'll find a better way.
Yeah.
Go to our website.
Yeah, go to our website. But contact us,
Yeah.
get a session, spend some money and or time to let us walk you through a little bit about your specific personality, what's good for you, what fits well for you.
Right.
You know.
That is the first course I created.
Yeah.
Was
Exactly.
which real estate asset type
Yep.
is right for you based on what you have, your risk tolerance, your patience, your level of commitment. Which one do I get into? There's too many courses, and you're supposed to be a millionaire overnight in all of them, right? Come on.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through that BS. I tell you all the good, bad, and ugly in that one.
Totally. Make sure to take that course. And there's so many other ways to become a multimillionaire. I'll give you one that, because you mentioned the two loves. I mean, so many people have those directions that they know about, but they just really don't spend tons and tons of time with. I can give you, all listeners, another route, and that revolves around sales. Now, when I say sales, I don't mean go out and be a knife salesman. What I mean is developing a skill set that you are able to solve a problem for a group of people and place that group of people into a fitted solution for them and charge some type of premium for it. Very, very easy example. Let's say someone loved either Broke to Woke or whatever product that you and I co-create together. Some type of course, a product, program, whatever.
All the stuff.
And that person came to me and you and said, hey, I'm going to bring you 100 people that will pay you X amount of dollars for X amount of services. Is that a value for me and you? I'll bring 100 people to book a seminar at your island for $10,000 a pop.
Sure, yeah.
Huge, right? That person is going to be bringing immense amount of value. If you can do something like that, where you go out and just simply procure people for other people's products that you're totally invested in and you love and you're enamored by, that will always bring you so much initial income and or cash flow. Because you start to now use that skill set, use that sales ability to see, all right, this particular item is amazing. I know this particular product works very well. I know this particular organization or company is phenomenal. And you send enough people through that pipeline or that funnel, you will always be massively rewarded for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's such a quick way to do it. That's how I initially started, like really, really getting more money for stock market is, let's go back in time to a little bit. There was a point in time where when I was working at Nationwide Insurance, they spent about $1 million and some change in that year before I started working my position. And a year into my position, I noticed my expenditures were like $500,000. So I spent $500,000 less than the person previously to me. So I asked Nationwide, how can I get some of that savings? Right? And they said I couldn't. They're like, no, why? I'm like, I'm better at my job. I'm literally so much more efficient than the person who was previously here. I saved you guys $500,000 and you paid me $60,000. Hello? Like, I want a piece of that savings. So they didn't offer me that. So that's when I was like, well, I have to start going somewhere else. So then when the next job I take after that, that's when I do procure and create some value where I bring so many people through this particular funnel. This particular funnel, and I don't mean like a physical funnel, I mean a digital funnel. This digital funnel is a value add for hundreds and hundreds of people. And if you can get hundreds of people to go through any particular company and spend any amount of money for that company, you can be massively rewarded for that as either an affiliate or a sales model or a sales trainer or sales manager or whatever. And then when you do that, you're able to take that not only cash flow and income that is created from that and reinvest it into, as you mentioned, stocks and or real estate. And it's a skill that requires no money. None.
You're just being an optimizer.
You're being an optimizer. You're using a skill and an ability that you've inherently practiced and got better at. Because again, you may be blessed with an ability to speak and understand. But the bottom line is solve a problem for enough people and you will be rewarded massively.
That's how you create value 101.
That's it.
That's it.
Because so many people will hear the term, just create more value and you'll make more money. And they don't like, I don't know what that means. This is what that means, right? You're creating value. If you reach out to me, right? I have an affiliate model at my company, Real Life Trading, where I pay people 20%, ready for this, on a reoccurring basis if someone signs up for one of my reoccurring revenue
That
models.
sounds like a new stream of income.
Exactly. Right. If you are a friend, let's say you have someone that you have 1,000 friends on Facebook.
France.
Oh boy, did I do it again?
Yeah, I love it.
You have 1,000 acquaintances on your Facebook and you send them this link and you go, listen, you have to spend time. You have to be around this.
It's the most valuable thing ever.
It is so valuable to be able to do that, to be able to remove those blocks and hurdles and solve value for these people and get paid to do that. I actually heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, Britnie, I believe there's an affiliate model for GeForce as well.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I mean, somebody just quit their job and they're not like weirdly promoting something, just trying to make money on it. If you are truly getting value, which
Bingo.
I'm getting crazy amounts of value. I've had hundreds of % return on my stock portfolio and I haven't ever invested.
Yes. Yeah.
I had no idea what I was doing, and now I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Because your organization is doing a great job teaching me. If I am truly getting a good experience and it's changing my life, then I should be proud to share it.
Precisely.
And I am. So same thing
Exactly.
for GeForce.
Yes.
When it's changing people's lives. So as the leader of an organization, how can you reward people for sharing growth that you're looking for? And how can you also bless people with this crazy amounts of cash flow for sharing?
Yes.
You know, this is the sharing economy.
Precisely.
This is the beautiful day and age that we live in to be able to even do that. So
100% right.
That.
100% right. So go to broketowoke.com and maybe scroll through some of these free resources that are on that website. Download them, use them, because these tools are tools that I've used in combination. Same exact thing that Britnie has done. We've used stocks, negotiation and or sales and or influence capabilities, and real estate to absolutely dominate our cash flow returns and become multi-millionaires. And we want you to be able to do the exact same thing from what we just talked about.
Yeah.
Is it that easy, Britnie?
It wasn't. It wasn't that easy,
Yeah.
but that's actually why we did it.
Yes.
I could have stopped at 24. You could have stopped years ago.
Yep.
I don't know when. So several years ago, I'm
27,
sure.
yeah.
The point is, it sucked for us.
Yep.
There weren't good, easy resources. And so
Right.
that's why we've taken the time to do this,
Yep.
is if we can help make your path easier and you can get there faster, may our ceiling be your floor,
Boom.
then you can change more lives, because we believe the people listening to this are forces for good. And we believe every human being has an incredible calling on their life. And if we can help solve your money equation, then you can be more impactful. You don't have to be a slave to debt, to a job, to anything.
Yes.
You can be walking your purpose. So that's our
Yes.
purpose. That's what we're here for. And what are we going to talk about in this next episode?
Well, because I actually started mentioning specifically, Britnie, streams of income and streams of cash flow.
Oh my gosh.
I would love to talk more
It's
about
genius.
them and just like list them for people.
Yeah. How to not get knocked out of the game, guys. This is it. Multiple streams.
Here we go.
And how, when.
Coming up next.
If you are loving learning about how to get a financial education and want to take your education to the next level, go to broketowoke.com and join Real Life Trading to get free education on how to become a baller in the stock market.